Once upon a time, in the heart of the African savannah, lived a family of zebras. They were an ordinary family with an extraordinary secret. Every night, when the moon was full, they would gather in a circle and dance. Their dance was unlike any other. Each zebra would take a turn in the center, kicking up the dust with their powerful legs and stamping their feet in a mesmerizing rhythm. But there was one zebra who never joined the nightly dance. It was the youngest, a spirited filly named Stripey. She was too busy gallivanting around the savannah, chasing butterflies and playing hide-and-seek with her favorite acacia tree. One evening, while Stripey was playing her games, she heard the familiar drumming of her family's dance. Curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to sneak into the circle. But before she could join them, an old, grumpy warthog named Horace snorted, "What are you doing here, little zebra? This is no place for a young filly." Stripey tried to explain that she just wanted to watch, but Horace interrupted, "No buts. You're disturbing the sacred circle. Be gone from here before we begin." Feeling dejected, Stripey wandered away from the group, tears welling up in her eyes. Suddenly, a hyena cackled from the bushes. Startled, Stripey took off running. She didn't know where she was going. All she knew was that she had to get away from the hyena. As she ran, she heard the sound of her family's drumming growing fainter and fainter. Then, as suddenly as it started, the drumming stopped. Exhausted and scared, Stripey collapsed under a nearby bush. Looking up at the moon, she realized that she was completely lost. The moon was full, but there was no sign of her family's dance. Fear turned to sadness, and she let out a mournful cry. Just then, a wise old owl hooted softly from above. "Why are you crying, little zebra?" Stripey poured out her tale of woe, explaining how she'd been separated from her family during the dance. The owl listened patiently, then said, "Don't worry, Stripey. I know just how to find your way back." And with that, the owl swooped down from the sky and landed gracefully on Stripey's back. "Hold on tight," she instructed, "and don't be afraid." With that, the owl spread her wings and took off into the night sky. As they flew over the savannah, Stripey noticed something strange. In the distance, she saw the faint outlines of other zebras, their bodies shimmering in the moonlight. At first, she couldn't understand what she was seeing, but as they got closer, she gasped in delight. It was her family, and they were all lined up in a row, their bodies turned sideways to the moon, their stripes forming a path across the savannah. "They're making a way for me to get home," Stripey realized. Overjoyed, she threw her head back and let out a happy whinny. The owl landed softly on the ground, and Stripey, unable to contain herself, dashed towards her family, nuzzling each one in turn. They were so happy to have her back. And as they began their nightly dance, Stripey slipped into the center, her heart filled with gratitude. She realized that her family's love and unity had guided her home, and from that day on, Stripey never strayed too far from the herd, knowing that she was stronger and safer when she was with them. Once upon a time, in the heart of the African savannah, there was a zebra who got lost, but found comfort by following the herd's stripes.